Hi, my name is Brian Basic, and I'm the owner of Polaris Marketing Solutions. Today I wanted to talk to you about one of the most important roles in our company, and that's the role of the account manager, your role. I can't tell you how important this role is in our overall success. Your goal, your mission is really to drive client success, and you are the quarterback in making that happen. Your job is really to take a customer from being satisfied to being thrilled. And so our reputation really hinges on your ability to deliver on this. We fully want to support you in your endeavor to do that. We've got tons of resources that can help you, but in the end of the day, you are the one that's responsible for our client success. And so I wanted to be upfront about that from the beginning. As far as expectations, our key mode of communication is going to be through Go High Level. It's important that you utilize this platform for the communication with all of our customers so that we capture it and we have the historical information with emails and attachments and all those other kind of things. So you got to do that, and even phone calls for that matter. So you've got to do those through Go High Level. In addition to that, we use ClickUp for our project management platform, and then we use Zoom as well. Team meetings are in fact conducted on Zoom on Tuesdays. Everybody in the company is going to be on that call. Now it's 11 o'clock on Tuesday. On Mondays, we have calls with all the account managers. Initially, it'll be with me. We'll go through every single one of your accounts, and then later on, we'll have a director of account managers, and then you'll go through it with them as well. We have other internal meetings that are going to be important. We'll let you know when those are. It's just going to be really important that you be present when those do come up. We certainly understand that some of you guys are going to be full-time and some are going to be part-time. If you're part-time, you're typically working from 9 to 1. If you're full-time, that's from 9 to 4. And so, for those that are part-time, as we continue to grow our company, we'll give you the opportunity to become full-time. We'll be bringing additional resources on board. And so there'll be opportunities for growth as we move forward. And we're really excited about where we're going and what we're going to be doing. As far as core values goes, good is not good enough. We want to be great at what we do. We know that there's a ton of people that, supposedly do, digital marketing. And so we want to differentiate ourselves through the results that we provide and the expertise that we have and the relationships that we build with our customers. That's what we want to be able to do. And so we want to inspire. So we need people that are going to be inspired to do their job and to do it not only well, but do it great. We want to focus on the impact that we have with our customers, the resources, the initiatives, innovation, be creative, all those kind of things. That's what we're looking for in an account manager. We do have, people that support you. If there's things that you need to learn on your own in order to be better at your job, I'd expect you to do that. And you have to invest in yourselves, and we'll certainly do that as well. You got to deliver amazing results. Again, that's going to be one of the ways that we differentiate ourselves. So the honesty, integrity, and the results that we provide are going to be really important. And so, there's nothing worse than someone not being able to meet an expectation because it was not a good expectation out of the beginning. So as an example, we tell customers up front to build a good website, it could take 4 to 8 weeks. A lot of that kind of depends on the customers. The experience that we have is, they're the longest pole in the tent when it comes to that, just because they're busy and providing input back to us on reviews of certain things during the process. And so that's why we set it. But we set expectations up front, and we let them know, hey, you're the longest pole in the tent. If you can, do what we ask, throw it back to us, this process will go quicker. So that's an example of just being honest and transparent on how the process works. You got to lead without the title. You're the quarterback for our customers. And so, you've got tons of resources that are specific to PPC or website design or SEO work, but you're responsible to make it happen, and you do it without a title. You're the account manager, but a lot of this is a flat organization, and so you just have to know that coming out of the gate. Our core expectations are that you're going to be fully engaged in this. This is not a job that you can kind of just passively go through your day. You've got to be thoughtful. You've got to figure out what's going on. You've got to keep track of things. You've got to think ahead. We do monthly calls with our customers. You can't wait till the last minute to prep for your monthly call. It should be done periodically through the month. You should be doing website reviews. You should do some searches of some of our keywords for some of our customers and see how they're ranking. We've got a lot of data and information, but part of that is taking the initiative to do some research on your own. And so you've got to be fully engaged to do that. You've got to be resourceful. Like I said, we've got tons of resources. If there's other things that you think we could do to make things better, bring them up. We'll be happy to take a look at those. We're looking at platforms like Nearby Now and other things. Company Cam just came out with a plugin that can be very helpful. And so we're beginning to roll that out with a lot of our customers. And so those are the types of things that come up on a regular basis. This is an industry that is exploding, and there's new apps, there's new things that can certainly help our customers out. And they really rely on us to provide them the insight on how to keep at the top of their industry for their respective industries. And so, you got to be resourceful. Be responsive. If your customer calls you, you got to make sure you respond within a business day. We realize you're not working full-time, or some of you that are part-time, and like you don't work at night, but make sure that you get back to the customer as soon as possible. You got to be a team player. You've got a lot of people on your team. You're the quarterback, and so you've got to coordinate a lot of that effort within the team to make sure it's delivered on time and at the right level of quality that we're looking for. Be passionate about your job. A lot of our customers are business owners that have invested their entire livelihood in this business, and a lot of that business, relies on our marketing to make them successful. And so just be aware of that. What we do matters to our customers, and it matters their success. And so take that into consideration when you're doing your prep work and when you're doing your communication with our customers. You're responsible for the success of our clients' relationship. And that means, like I said, you've got reviews that are going to be done. If they're doing SEO, if they're doing pay-per-click, if they're doing local service ads, all that kind of stuff, you've got to bring all that stuff to bear. And so you've got to work with the right departments, the right people. And again, don't wait till the last minute to do things. You've got to make sure you're thinking ahead of time and make sure things are done. We do monthly reviews and pre-work, and that means the goal of finding out the issues and working those proactively. So if someone's having an issue, maybe their cost per lead went up, you got to figure out why. If their PPC, their clicks, and their impressions have gone down, you got to figure out why. It could be a number of different reasons. The last thing we want to do is for our customers to bring up something and not have an answer to their questions. And so a lot of that relies on you to be able to think that far ahead and to think like a business owner. That's one thing I'd hire, people that can think like a business owner. That'd be great. You're accountable to document all the calls. And so if a customer has that, we're supposed to do monthly calls with every single customer. We realize that can't happen all the time because there's some customers that aren't available. And so for customers that don't make their monthly call, we ask you to go ahead and do a Loom video and then follow it up with an email. That Loom video is going to be 5 to 10 minutes. That's going to highlight, what we've been doing, what we're going to be doing over the next 30 days, what they can do to help, and any issues that we need to get resolved, we want to bring to their attention. So it's a short Loom video. We'll provide you some examples of what that looks like so that you'll have that, but that's a key thing that you need to do moving forward. As far as KPIs go, key performance indicators, our goal is to retain our customers at 95%. Over the first 4 months of the year, we're at 100%, so that's great, but we realize that's not going to be, you can't do that all the time. I think the average time that a digital marketing company has a customer is about 4 months. And the reason, number one reason that people leave their digital marketing company is because of indifference. They just don't think they care anymore. And so the second reason that they leave is because they think they've tapped out of what we can do, and so they don't see that we can do anything more, and so they move on. And so for those two reasons, we want to make sure that that's not the case. So again, our goal is 95% retention rate. We have a monthly spreadsheet that you fill out on when you touch the customer as far as the monthly review, whether that was a Zoom call or whether it was a Loom video, how many other times you've touched the customer. All those things are documented in the monthly touches spreadsheet that we have. We'll show you more of that. We'll do a separate video on that, but that's something you've got to have open on your computer and just fill that out as the month goes along. Again, we talked about monthly reviews. Those are really important for us. We want to track issues that are possible, whether it be their SEO, their keywords, their ranking on keywords has gone down. We got to figure out what happened and why, and try to put in place some things that will get that rectified. And so reviews and the pre-work associated with those are really important. We use agency platform for the most part for a lot of our SEO and PPC business, as well as web hosting assistance. And so, their platform has a great deal of information. You should look at the video that we've created on how to, navigate that dashboard. There's a lot of information on there. You don't want to overwhelm a customer it is good to take a customer maybe through that if they have the time. If not, you just want to hit the highlights, and that's something you can do through Agency Platform. And there are other platforms that you might need to use as well that will teach you as well. You want to review the calls outcomes report. There's a report that talks about we want to have at least 70% of our monthly calls to have been booked in live Zoom calls. We realize that may or may not be able to happen, and that's why we do the Loom calls, but our goal is 70% of those. We want to review their website for issues. So part of what you'll do on a monthly basis is to pull up their homepage and look at that and pull it up on a mobile app and see how it loads on that. You want to check 5 internal listings to make sure that they're being connected correctly. You want to make sure that the pages are loading correctly. Anything that a client would see and cause them to be concerned about their website, you want to make sure that you see before they do. And so, looking at their website for issues is an important part of what you do on a monthly basis. Their GMB ranking, Google My Business List. You want to make sure that you understand, whether that's optimized or not. Do you have the right business categories? Are there primary cities, the main cities? How are they ranking when it comes to keywords? Is all the information complete? All that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that you look at their GMB listing on a regular basis. You may want to prioritize some other searches to make sure that they are ranking. And if they're not ranking, you want to look at other online assets such as Agency Platform that will give you an idea of why that's happening. And you can do an SEO crawler report. We've seen this before where all of a sudden something happened and you see them rank less on keywords, and then you'll have to figure out what happened. But you've got to do the investigation to make that happen. You want to review their ranking report. So that's on keywords. You use Agency Platform to do that as well. Look and make sure the keywords are loading as they should. Test a couple of those out so that you can show them to them. But reviewing their ranking report is key. Reviewing their PPC metrics. We got, again, tons of reports that we can do on PPC. What we really care about, obviously impressions and clicks are great, but really what our customers care about are the phone calls or the form fills that they get. And so you'll want to track that on a regular basis. We have ways to do that. And that's a part of figuring out what their overall number of leads are and what the return on investment is. And so that's an important part of all those kind of things. But PPC is really important for our customers. Not all of our customers do PPC. Some can only do SEO out of the gate. We eventually try to roll them into PPC because it's such an important part of their overall marketing strategy. But again, we've got to make sure that we have that. You want to review the percentages of impressions lost due to budget. You can look and say, you could have done so much better with another $500 or $1,000. And so that type of information is really helpful to a customer. As an example, I was working with one of our customers the other day. It was I think it was a solar company, and they had their cost per lead had gotten down to about $25 or $26 per lead, which is incredibly low for that industry. And so, I just asked them, are you doing anything else that, marketing-wise, that is getting you this type of results? If you're not, I would suggest increasing the budget. And they looked at each other and say, we're not doing anything else that's getting this type of cost per lead. And so they doubled their budget on their PPC just because we were tracking that and we were able to kind of point that out to them. So again, PPC is very, very important. Meet with the clients at least once per month to review the reports. That's really important to do that. You want to run monthly reports. You can do that with Agency Platform, Bright Local, AdWords. You can do that kind of stuff. Put together key feedback for meetings on recap of messages. So you want to make sure that after your monthly phone calls that you put a recap together that, again, identifies their cost per lead, what's going well. Here's what we did last month. Here's what's going well. Here are some areas that we're going to focus in on, or here's some areas that are a concern. I have a customer that has 2 reviews. I cannot get him to do any more reviews, and it's killing him. And so, just having that conversation over and over again, I'm trying to get him to the point where he's actually going to be able to do more reviews. I've offered we've offered to almost send review requests out for him and a bunch of other things. But again, that's an important part of just, understanding where each customer is. Put together key feedback. You got spend, cost per lead, projected ROI. We've got a model now where we can project their return on investment. And so we've got some customers that are getting 50 to 100, for every dollar they spend, they get 100 back in revenue. And so those are great numbers to have. Others that are at the lower end of the spectrum, and we've got to figure out what we need to do in order to get those numbers up. So come up with ideas and suggestions, and next steps are going to be important of communicating to our customers. If a meeting can't be arranged, then an email recap is really going to be important. And again, the Loom videos will be sent out, and then the recap will be sent out after that. Answer clients' inbound calls. That's critical. We talked about that as far as communication and being responsive. That's really important. Any type of ticket, any type of question, issue that they bring up, you need to make sure you document it and go high level so that we can document that and getting it resolved so that a customer can't say, hey, I told you about this, but you never responded. That's not anything we ever want to hear at our company. And follow up on tickets weekly to ensure that they're in progress. I understand that you may not be the person working on that specific issue if it's a PPC or SEO, but you've got to make sure you follow up on that. It's really important to do that because, again, you're responsible for the client's success. And so, the key performance indicators for you are really, like I said before, client retention, which is going to be 95%. Client satisfaction. We want a rate of 80% on the client survey responses are satisfied. We're sending out a Net Promoter survey, which asks them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank us in respect to would you recommend us to any friends that you have? And that's the question that we ask. And then we ask them another one, which is, why did you give us that answer? And so we'd like to have an 80% on that. Client reviews. One of the things that you can do is get reviews for us. Obviously, they need reviews to be able to be successful in ranking, that kind of stuff, but we need it as well. And so getting your customers to fill out a review, do a testimonial, do a video testimonial are going to be important for us as well. And so you are targeting at least one client to do a case study or a video testimonial per quarter. New clients. If you're doing a great job with your customer and you built that relationship, there's nothing wrong with asking, hey, do you know anybody else in your industry or any other business owner that could benefit from our services? That's a great question to ask. And so we would expect you to ask that question to try to get client referrals. And then team participation. We expect you as a account manager to be a part of our team and to give feedback, give ideas, that kind of stuff, and I'm sure you'll be that. So again, the account manager role is one of the most important roles in our company. I'm so excited that you're on our team and look forward to working with you in this role and delivering the types of results that can help us grow this company significantly in the next couple of years. So welcome aboard. Thanks.